Tim, nice to get some sort of certainty about sort of what the season next year looks like.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's been brewing, which is great, and the Rapid Rugby staff have been working hard, and it's great to see something in front of us, and it gives us something to work towards now. When you see those dates, so there was a lot of energy around the place when we were informed there recently. So yeah, really looking forward to round one against the Volca.
The structure that you've got now, obviously you were so successful in the NRC, you won that, and now you've got the Global Rapid Rugby. As a coach, is it good to be able to have that structure in place now, so you kind of do have that sort of series to work towards?
Certainly, yeah. It's when we come back in the new year in January, you start targeting those dates, and you work back from that particular date on March the 14th for round one, and it gives us a good lead-in time as well, good prep time. The guys after NRC, we're still training now, have a well-earned break through December, but come January the 6th when we're back in, we'll certainly work towards that round one date.
What do you know about the other teams? I mean, there's sort of, I guess, a bit of mystery behind sort of what they're going to look like, how competitive they're going to be. What's your take on that sort of thing?
Yeah, I think that the competition each year is getting stronger. It's only really 18 months ago since we came together, and last year with our exhibition matches into this year, it grew this year with the Rapid Rugby Oceania and Asian series, and obviously next year into the competition, Fiji again will be a handful. So they're going to be strong. Samoa, I think, are going to be stronger, which is going to be governed by the national body. So there's good signs there, and it's only going to benefit them. Obviously, the South Africans Currie Cup side, the Volca, are a pretty impressive outfit. They're going to hit the ground running for round one. Team Asia side, we'll see what happens there, but I think there's really good signs there with that particular team. When that comes out, who am I missing there? Hong Kong, the South China Tigers, based in Hong Kong. I think they're going to benefit from being together for longer. So it's going to be a lot tougher, without a doubt, in 2020.
In terms of recruitment, you've got a core of guys here who are Western Force players. What will you look to add? Do you look to add kind of, I know it's not all up to you, but you look to add the marquee names or the big names that might get people through the gates?
Yeah, look, it's. I think we're pretty happy and blessed with the squad we got, and it's just for us, what's important is to keep evolving and be better next year. So it's really good that we've got some local talent come through our academy systems that have graduated up into the senior Western Force squad. So that's a primary focus for us, is to keep developing players here. And there's 4 guys that are jumping up, from the local competition or the academy into the senior squad. So that's our main focus, along with the guys that we've had, which we've performed exceptionally well. So there's no there's a couple of positions we need to fill still, so we'll see what happens in that space.
Are you excited now that there's actually a fixture, or not a fixture, but a structure in front of you to work towards?
Yeah, incredibly exciting for the players. To have this news this far out from the competition is fantastic, and now we've got dates to build towards and work towards. So, like Tim said, there was a lot of energy when it was announced, and a bit of a buzz throughout the club and the group. So it's really exciting moving forward.
So the final will be at HBF Park, regardless of who plays in it. Obviously, there's a bit of pressure now on you guys to actually probably to get there and play in front of a home crowd.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a good concept. You look at other sports and what they're doing, how they sort of nominate where the grand final is going to be played, and sort of get to build up the spectacle of it, and just something that's a bit different. And there's a little bit more pressure there now, but I think after the year we've had this year, we've sort of shown we can thrive in those situations and make sure we play some good footy along the way.
Now there seems to be a little bit of a buzz around rugby back in WA, considering what it's been through in the past with the Force's demise from some Super Rugby, but a win in the NRC now this in front of you. Do you feel like there's a bit of momentum building?
Yeah, certainly there's a bit of momentum, and it hasn't come easy, and there's been a lot of hard work from a lot of people over the past 18 months to get to where we are today. A lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifice, and I think that was just rewarded winning the NRC. And we had guys here who came in and were starting their careers or building their careers, or were sort of those experienced players, and it all came together quite well and quite quickly. So certainly now moving forward with the competition, and it's probably the best thing to come out of the outcome that happened a couple of years ago. And obviously this competition can go strength to strength like we've shown the last 3 years, starting off with World Series and Showcase Series last year, and building into next year is a fantastic achievement by the organisation, and also obviously the people that worked hard up at Rapid Rugby to make it possible.
$1 million on offer for the winners. That's quite a carrot to go after. How will the money get divvied up? It doesn't go back to Twiggy, does it, or it'll go back to the player?
Yeah, I think that's to be confirmed, but no, we don't really know what's happening with that. Obviously it's still early days in terms of how it'll all be worked out and whatnot, but obviously you always like to play in the grand final and win the trophy as it is, and that's, I guess, sort of a side bonus to take away from that. And if we can make the final and win that in front of our home crowd at HBF Park, it's certainly not going to be easy with the quality teams that have been named. You know, you've got your Fiji that are together 12 months of the year through NRC and their programs there, Samoa that's backed by the international side, and then South China Tigers, which, you know, is a seven strong outfit there as well. So certainly not going to be easy, but that's the challenge we're looking forward to as a group and organisation.
How do you find the appetite for rugby when you travel over to places like Malaysia and Hong Kong? Is it a strong rugby community over there? Do you feel like they want this sort of thing to be happening?
Yeah, I think there's an opportunity for both sides in terms of the sport and also the entertainment factor as well. You know, there's definitely a bit of an expat community, but also what the game brings to communities and how it can bring people together, and that structured sport and I guess sort of organisation for school kids all the way through. You know, that's where I made most of my friends growing up, and just the love of the game. So if we can expand that throughout Asia, and obviously Fiji is rugby mad, Samoa's rugby mad, and then Hong Kong, you got the Sevens, the biggest party in the world there pretty much in terms of rugby. So there's certainly a lot of opportunity in that scope for us there.
Lastly for me, are you quite grateful that this opportunity is now in front of guys like yourself and other people who are involved in the force, that it looked like the door was kind of shut probably after the demise of the Super Rugby team, but now it seems like there is some purpose here for rugby? Yeah,
absolutely. I'm incredibly grateful. You know, with Andrew and Nicola Forrest support, as well as Minderoo Foundation, we wouldn't be where we are today. It's pretty simple to sit here and say that, but in saying that, there's been a lot of hard work from a lot of people, like I said earlier, and a lot of dedication and sacrifice to get to where it is today. So a bit of momentum there with the NRC, and obviously the year we had with the Showcase Series. So it's sort of it's a good reward for the people that have sort of stuck by and wanted to see it out, because there were other opportunities around the world for rugby players, and guys decided to stay here, stick it out and build towards something, and that was pretty special to be able to contribute towards something, and you know, leaving that legacy of leaving the organisation and the jersey in a better place when you found it. So it's certainly super proud to be part of that, and super proud of the group that have contributed to where we are to today.
You mentioned the pressure was on you. You've been the benchmark team both in the Series Rugby, the Showcase Rugby, NRC. They'll be monitoring you guys pretty heavily, won't they? Especially the West African side. I think you took them by surprise when they got here last year.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, pressure's a bit of a privilege. You earn that right to create a bit of pressure on yourself and have teams looking at you. So you know, we just sort of, it's the old cliche, focusing on ourselves, but it's how are we evolving as a team? What are we looking to do as a playing group and an organisation to keep pushing the barriers and to keep improving as a side? And that's what we're sort of focusing on in this period now, that we've sort of been able to smell the roses after a good year this year, but the heads are down, the bums are up, working really hard now.
To get to play Rapid Rugby rules again, coming from NRC, that must be exciting for you guys as well.
Yeah, it is exciting, and you know, the NRC had a couple of rule changes as well that were quite similar to Rapid Rugby. The extra 10 minutes certainly felt that with the lungs, but yeah, it is exciting, and we'll keep tweaking that as a game and as a product, and as players we'll have to just make sure we adjust accordingly, and I think we adjusted well there and had good success throughout the year. So learnt a few things as well, as always, with new opportunities there. So yeah, making sure we keep evolving that and use it to our advantage.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Will you score your first power try?
Yes.
Will you score?
Power try. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.